Welcome back to the show. We are now joined by senior Emily Collins and junior Emily Murphy. Ladies, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Emily, let's start with you. This has been a tough year for you guys. How have you been able to, be positive going out there and taking the court, even though you have yet to get a win in the CCIW?
Well, as a senior, you gotta keep your team motivated and keep their heads up. It's been tough, obviously, not going the way we want, but just gotta treat every day like a new day. Come out hard and just play your best.
You mentioned you are one of the seniors on this team, you and Helen Malaya. How have you guys been able to sort of instill in the younger players, the confidence to go out there and play every day?
Just in practice, motivating them, and when they do things well, you gotta let them know, hey, keep that up. Or even in games, you gotta let them know what they're doing is really helping the team out.
And Emily, you're actually leading the team in scoring this year, but it seems like there's so many players right up there with you that you guys really haven't relied on that one player like me and Coach were talking about. What's been working well for you guys on the offensive side?
We're definitely able to pass the ball around, work it inside out. We have shooters, that can shoot from behind the arc, and then, we have good, strong posts inside that can finish. So that's what we've been working with.
So you guys really have the ability to play small or big, depending on the opponent?
Yeah, definitely.
What do you think is more your strength? Do you think it's, shooting from the outside, or when you guys actually work the offense and get it down low?
Probably work the offense, work it around, reverse the ball a few times, get it inside, and then that will open up our outside for sure.
Coach, when you're game planning, is that what you sort of focus on? You look at the other team, how their defensive plays, and decide whether you should get it down low or work it outside?
Yeah, well, we always want to get the ball inside, and I think that's one of the advantages of this year's team, why we had a pretty good non-conference season so far, is because we've got better post play. Emily's really worked on her game and developed. In the off season coming in, she was a guard for us, a guard in high school and in junior college, and with the addition of Murphy, we've really had some strength inside in the paint. They've got good back-to-basket moves, which is something I thought we were lacking a little bit last year. So we want to get the ball inside, get some high percentage shots in there. When that happens, the defense is going to collapse and open up our outside game, where we've got some pretty good three-point shooters too.
Yeah, Emily, you've really been dominating the post this year, leading the team in rebounding. You've got more than twice as many as anybody else on the team. What's been working for you down in the paint?
I think attitude, getting a body on someone, pushing them back, and wanting to go get the ball. Really helps.
It was a little tougher though against Wheaton College. The ball was bouncing very far. Like Coach said, they were shooting a lot of threes. How do you try and get rebounds in a game like that?
You just gotta push them back. Create contact. But when it's long rebounds, obviously it's going to go over your head sometimes. So just work your best and try to push them back.
Now, Coach mentioned you guys have some shooters on the outside, and even though you're one of the lone seniors on this team, you and Helen, you do have players with experience. You've got Jenny Swanson, Sophie Newsing, girls that have played, in the past that have been a factor. How have they been, helpful on the outside shooting this year?
They've been doing really well. They've been stepping up, hitting big shots. Sometimes, they're not hitting, but they keep shooting and they work on it in practice. So the shots are going to come to them. They're going to fall eventually.
And Emily, we sort of talked about this team playing well in spurts. How can this team maintain, basically the intensity you've shown in 3 to 5 minute spurts for an entire 40 minutes?
I really think we just have to stay positive. We have to stay upbeat, motivating each other on, defense and offense, both ends, and just working hard and communicating and talking and, just having fun with it, not put so much pressure on each other, and just go out there and play basketball like you know how to.
Well, we caught up with the girls after their loss against Wheaton College to see how they can maintain that intensity for an entire 40 minutes. That's the focus in this week's What's the Word?
We came out hard, but we just got to put it all together for 40 minutes. We do really well in spurts, and that's when it's going good for us, but then we just let down a little bit, and that's what gets us, and then the first time we let down, it just keeps piling up, and then everyone on the team gets down, but we need to just, when they start making a run, pick ourselves up and get the team going instead of continuing to have a problem after problem.
And that's our team. We're a really good inside and outside team. We just got to bring it for 40 minutes instead of just, like you said, those spurts, those 5-minute spurts. We just got to put it together. Like our coach said, we need to communicate more, especially on defense, because our defense picks up our offense. If we communicate on defense and work as a team, then our offense will just come to us.
Yeah, we're feeling really down. We know we could have beaten this team, of course. We were right there at halftime, and then they've shot their threes. They've had the whole game, and we needed to come back, stronger than we did the first time in order to win. no matter what. It always starts in practice and it goes to the games. And so now every day you move on through practice.
Emily, what do you think this team needs to do to be able to maintain that energy for 40 minutes?
I think it all starts with defense. Once we get some stops on defense and we're picking each other up on the defensive end and we have energy, then it will come on the offensive end. We'll have to move the ball around, get the whole team involved, get everyone touches. It'll come to us.
Now, Coach, you guys keep mentioning defense. Do you normally run a man or a zone, or do you try and switch it up based on who you're facing that night?
This year we've really focused a commitment to man-to-man defense, and in the off-season I was able to hire an assistant, Coach Whitman, who came in who's kind of a defensive man-to-man expert. And so that's been the commitment, and they've picked it up really well. We just got to continue to work on the concepts and get better every game.
Emily, do you feel that this team is better when it sort of plays the half-court offense and defense, or do you guys really think you're more effective when you're running and gunning and pushing the ball?
Well, our defense is going to create our offense, so if we're boxing out, rebounding, getting those boards, we're able to run wide and push the ball up the floor. So our defense leads into our offense so we can, get those fast breaks. So. Do
you guys feel that you're really effective in that transition, moving it up, trying to get that quick, easy basket?
I think we are, when we actually rebound and box out well, we can push the ball up the floor.
So really it's about, getting those boards on defense and just getting it out to your runners. Emily, with such a tough conference, in the CCIW, how do you guys think you can sort of pull some upsets moving forward?
As a returner, we've seen these teams before. We know what they're going to do. We just got to prepare for them in practice and come out even harder game days. Just have the mental mindset that we can upset teams. Any given night, it can be anyone's turn to win. So. And
you guys have played close with, in all these games. Like we said, the final score doesn't necessarily dictate how close some of these games have been. Does it give you guys some confidence knowing that you've been able to stay with these top-tier teams?
Yeah, it does. We've been close for majority of our first halves with these teams. So going into halftime, we know that we can come out and maybe post some bigger numbers second half, but just have them going our way.
Emily, how do you think this team can improve, keeping that intensity in the second half?
Just communicating on defense, coming out with that high intensity, motivation, just really pushing yourself to what you can, 100%.
Emily, you've been going 100% all year. You actually lead the team in minutes. Has fatigue been a problem at all this year for you?
Not really. Coaches do a pretty good job in practice of getting everyone reps, so they're not pushing us too hard in practice. So come game day, I think we're ready to go. It's all about mindset too.
Coach, is it always good having one of your senior leaders out there?
Yeah, it is. Emily's done a great job. I mean, we kind of say that she leads us in all the hard work categories, and it's been fantastic having her. Like I said, she's improved her game a lot since last year, and really gets the team going and keeps us on task in the second half. We just need to push harder and finish out some of these games. We're getting leads in the second half. We just need to build some confidence and figure out how to finish.
We keep talking about the things that you guys think you need to work on, but Emily, what do you think are some of the things that you guys have been doing well this year?
I think on the offensive end, having a lot of threats, everyone can come out and be the leading scorer every given night. So I think rotating the ball around, giving everyone the opportunity to score is good for us.
Now, last year you guys had Jackie Arico. We talked about that with Coach a little bit. Do you think it's more effective that you guys sort of have that committee filling the void where you don't rely on that one player?
I think so. Obviously, Jackie's missed. She was a big impact on our team, but we have a lot of newcomers with our freshmen and our transfers that have really stepped up big. So.
You both are actually transfers. Emily, you're new to the team this year. How have you been able to mesh, with the Cardinals?
They're all really welcoming. I love the coaching staff, my teammates. It's been a good atmosphere, and I love it, and it's definitely a good choice for sure. So.
How has the transfer affected this team, Coach?
Oh, huge. We have these two in our starting lineup. We have Helen Malaya, who also was a transfer for us. They've brought a lot of experience, a lot of talent, obviously, and a lot of good leadership, qualities that are going to carry over to our younger players in the program, too.
Well, we look forward to watching this program continue to grow and be successful. Thanks so much for coming out today.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Don't go anywhere, because after the break, I'll be joined by Clark Tusher to keep us up to date on all things North Central athletics.